What role did the sun's warm glow play in the American Revolution? Hi Founder fans, Jason here, and today I got sunburned. So while I'm out in the yard getting sunburned, I thought, hey, maybe it would be a good time to talk about the role that heat and temperature played in the American Revolution. So there's a few ways to go about this, but I really think the best place to start is the Battle of Monmouth. The Battle of Monmouth took place in 1778, when the British were leaving Philadelphia to return to New York. George Washington thought they were vulnerable on their march, so he took the main body of the Continental Army and attacked the British. Now, this ended basically in a draw. The Americans were able to maintain the field against one of the best armies in the entire world, which was good for them, but the British were also able to make their escape and return to New York, which was good for them. But this comes into today's discussion because estimates say that the temperatures hit 100 degrees on the battlefield, and, well, when people are running around in temperatures like that, they get their body heat up, and many people didn't. Once you get to 104 degrees internally, you could die from heat stroke. And it has been argued, although we can never know for certain, but it has been argued that just as many people died from heat stroke on that day as actually died from bullet wounds. Furthermore, because of this battle, we get the story of Mary Hayes. Now, there are several women, as I've discussed before, who could claim to be Molly Pitcher, but Mary Hayes is really the woman who usually gets the credit for being Molly Pitcher. Essentially, she, as many of the camp followers, who were usually wives of the soldiers, she would bring cold water onto the battlefield to give to the soldiers so they could cool off. While she was doing this, she noticed her husband had died, probably of heat stroke, and, well, she took his place on the field. This was a common occurrence, and again, so that's a fun story that comes from the heat, but it also demonstrates that there were camp followers and people who were not active soldiers who had to come into the line of fire simply because it was so hot that they needed water, they needed refreshments for these soldiers. Furthermore, not just during the approach to the Battle of Monmouth, but in battles in general. I mean, this was several years worth of summer times. It got very hot during the Revolutionary War, and on several occasions, marches were slowed and movements delayed because the heat, because you didn't just want your guys dying because you were marching too fast. And the thing that struck me the most today while I was reflecting on this is I always remember Nathaniel Greene. Nathaniel Greene, who fought so hard and helped win the revolution in the southern half of the war, probably after Washington, possibly the second most important general in the Continental Army. In my opinion, definitely the second most important general in the Continental Army. Nathaniel Greene would end up moving to land that the people of Georgia gave him in thanks for his service. And after the war ended, he was out in his field and he died of heat stroke. Not really related to the war itself, I know, but very sad. And I was thinking about it all day while I was out in the sun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. A little different than most of the videos, a little more personal, because very selfishly I've been thinking about heat all day. Tomorrow I'll be back with another founder that is more than the traditional style. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I put out videos 5 days a week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you with another founder tomorrow.